to a very special introduction to the VML Tabletop group. What you're going to see tonight is a small amount of our regular Tuesday night players performing an exhibition game of sorts to give people an insight into what we do and why. We will be using Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition tonight, which for those who don't know is a tabletop improv game that is set in fantasy worlds with a background of mechanics and rules to guide an improvised story, but the actual story and content you'll see is all improvised tonight. And our theme is Halloween, which is why this is going out on the 31st of October. If you watch this video and think it's something that looks fun, please get in contact with us. Our group is constantly growing, and whilst we have gathered some of our most confident players here for you tonight, there is zero barrier for entry. We accept all players of all experience levels to come and check us out. Now, I would love to introduce you to each of our players as they tell you who they are going to be playing tonight if we start on this end of the table.
Hi, I'm Ryan. I'm going to be playing Soren today, who is a kind of artificer. So he's a magical inventor and tinkerer who, through a magical mishap, has found himself living in the suit of armour that he was constructing.
I will be playing Carrick Nullian. I'm Mike, by the way. I will be playing Carrick Nullian, a Shadar Kai Bladesinger wizard, who's essentially a magic man, good with pointy things. And he's the kind of ringleader at this carnival, tries to keep things nice and in order, and just does not want to be poor anymore.
Oh yes, we're a carnival.
We are a carnival.
We are a carnival, yeah.
Soren is the strongman of the carnival and also general handyman.
You'll be getting your P45 in the mail.
I will.
Hi, I'm Dan, and I'm going to be playing Wicca, who is my Hexblood Swarmkeeper Ranger. Now, Wicca is an animate scarecrow. He became animate through a long history in his past, about 300 years ago now. And he serves as the lookout and greeter for the carnival. And yeah, he's always followed by his group of crows who are his best friends.
Hi, I'm George. I'm going to be playing Goras Alaran. I'm playing a changeling Echo Knight fighter. So essentially, I'm going to be summoning up the spirits of my ancestors in combat to help me fight. He's the acrobat in the carnival, and he's here to kind of mess about and protect his sister.
I'm Jenny, and I'll be playing Alacre Myret, who is a Drider. He's the shadow sorcerer as well, and he is the candy floss maker at the carnival. He was born a drow, but unfortunately through mishaps has ended up in a Drider, and now he's with this lot.
Hi, I'm Annie, and I will be playing Bis Alaran, who is the changeling twin sister of Goras, and she is a blood hunter who committed to the Order of the Lycan, and she is the fortune teller of the carnival.
Excellent. It's also worth noting, my name is Alexandra. I will be your DM this evening. Woo! I did a whole speech and forgot to say that. But without further ado, let's jump into the world of the Dark Carnival. Ooh. So, you have all been travelling with Carnival for some time now. It is a travelling carnival that travels across the realm, visiting various villages, usually setting up outside of town for people to come and visit. Bit of an unusual case, this one, because for the first time in a very long time, you've been invited in. The Duke of the region, a Duke Blackwood, has invited you all not to set up in his town, but to set up in the courtyard of his castle that overlooks his town. It is a beautiful old stone castle on a hill, a good distance away, but not too far from the village that surrounds the base of the hill, where many of your patrons are going to be coming from this evening. You are in the actual courtyard of the castle. You've been invited in by him. You haven't met him yet. This is night one. We're only just getting started. But what you kind of know of him is Duke Blackwood is a little bit of a recluse, and this rumour that you've kind of heard is that if it weren't for the kind of love of his wife, he would never be seen in public, and would probably not care for his people as much as he seems to as it is. As coming into town, you saw the village was well taken care of. It seemed to be flourishing in a time where, you know, it's getting into winter now. Food supplies are running low. And the town that you've just passed through to come here seems happy, contented, well taken care of. As we enter into the carnival on night one, as people begin streaming in, I think I'm going to throw over to our carnival leader to give us a little bit of an overview of what we're all looking at.
Welcome to the Evening Sun Carnival, the Dark Carnival as we so call it. Overshadowed in most of its locations, as we mostly hold it in the evening, to be completely honest. If we were to hold this in the daytime, we would see a lot of things. We would see a lot of things. I'm going off the rails already.
That's fine.
We usually start at 5 o'clock. I've probably had a drink by this point.
Oh, yeah.
We invite people in. We will give them 5 free game tickets. But after that, there are in-carnival transactions. We do have to say that legally. So enjoy yourself for your 5 tickets, but after that, you do have to pay. Please use your parents' credit card. I need to stop doing this.
Don't worry, just tell us the 3 numbers on the back, everything will be fine.
And the expiry dates and...
You do see, there's a little kid kind of looking at their mother who's like, what's a credit card? And the parent's like, I really have 5 copper, go. So, some coins are handed off through sheer confusion as hordes of people are coming in. It seems like most of the village is turning out, and it's unusual as well for a carnival to take place in the evening. So there are a lot of kids that are incredibly hyperactive, because it's a farming town. Usually, you know, you're up with the dawn, sleep with the sunset. And so everyone's kind of in a very weird, kind of almost liminal space feeling environment for them. This is not normal, this is a little bit out of place. And most of them have never stepped foot in this courtyard either. As we're here, why don't we have a little look at what's on offer? What are each of you doing as people are coming in?
Well, Soren, for one thing, is sat by his little stand. It's the classic, see how hard you can swing a big mallet. And at the top of that is a big, round, kind of gong-looking bell. It's his shield, mechanically speaking, but it's got a big face on it at the top, so when it gets struck, it will look very happy, as Soren does not. He's stood just by the side of the thing, looking grumpy as much as you can without facial expressions, not really inviting anyone over. He's not a very inviting figure. He's just stood there kind of glaring at everyone.
As you're kind of stood there glaring, you do kind of notice out the corner of your eye, like a little 10-year-old boy seems to be trying to sneak up on you.
Just look at him.
Genuinely doesn't notice you looking at him. He's so sure he's being stealthy, so you see him as kind of crouched and he's making his way forwards real slow.
Yeah, I've got the living statue thing going on.
We love
I just say to him, step right up, see how hard you can swing. Are you a mighty hero?
He draws himself up to his full height, and you see he reaches into his belt and he pulls out a wooden sword. And he's kind of waiting and ready.
Really, you should use this mallet. Actual circus mallet.
He looks kind of disappointed, so he puts the sword away, he comes forward and he takes the mallet, and then he kind of looks. You get the sense this kid isn't sure what he's meant to be hitting, and part of him thinks he's meant to fight you.
show him where to swing. I'll show him. Here, strike this platform and see how far you can swing the ball. I don't know, what is it even called at the carnival? The bell thing. We know what I'm talking
Hit it
about.
hard.
Hit hard.
We did our research on this. It's
Yeah,
called
we did.
Hit It Hard.
Yeah.
You see this kid, impressively speaking, he looks like a weed, but, you know, used to working in fields alongside his family, he picks up the mallet and he swings it. It doesn't quite hit the bell, but it's far better hit than you thought a child this size and age would be able to put out.
I'm actually impressed. Well done, small child. That will be 1 ticket, please.
He kind of holds out his hand and he says, "But my prize?"
Oh,
And he looks like he's holding a ticket as though you trade.
right. I grab just a pebble and I will use one of my little tinkering infusions to make it taste like candy.
Remember, kids, eat rocks.
I should have went the smell, shouldn't I?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Fragrant rock.
Lick it, trust me.
Here
He'll
you are.
hand you the ticket, he takes the rock. You said you made it taste like candy. So
No.
you sound like this.
No, it's just I change it.
Okay.
Smells.
And then as you change it to smelling like candy, as he walks away, he does try and eat
He's
it.
still gonna do it.
Yeah.
That's all.
That's a problem for his parents
Yeah.
later.
Child endangerment.
I would say while that's happening, Goras he's just sat at a table in the most dimly lit section possible with a dragon chessboard out in front of him. He's just sat there patiently waiting, sign in the front that says Dragon Chess Grandmaster Goras Alarin on it. And he's just sitting there waiting to see if anyone will approach.
You see a man with a true amount of unearned swagger. Like, this is an older guy. This is probably like his mid to late 60s, early 70s possibly. And you see he's kind of got like long scraggly hair. You see his skin is weathered from being out in the sun all day every day. And he comes up and he kind of just sits down opposite you. As your grandmaster.
Yes, some would say. I mean, I've played with some of the best.
Such as anyone I'd know?
You know, all the grandmasters. You know,
All of them.
all of them.
Name one.
Yeah, thanks for this. You know, my great grandfather Drathor Alarin, and I will use my shape change ability to look like him, was one of the finest chess players in his day.
You see this man, when you shape change, jumps out of his skin. You see he full recoils from you. That's okay. I know magic. Yeah.
Yeah, so, and he trained me personally, and I was with many of his friends in my younger age.
Go on then, let's play a game. And his confidence is knocked. Like, he was like, you're just gonna sit here and play a game. And it's like, the magic has thrown him.
Take it, please.
Hand your ticket.
Great. I'll make my first move. And if at any point it feels like he is getting the upper hand on me, I'm going to use my secondary dragon chess set to swap out like a pawn for a king.
That's not one on his part. So he's playing really, really badly.
Okay.
Like, this man doesn't know how to play.
Great.
However, what I'm going to say is roll me a straight, call odds or evens, roll a luck check.
Okay, I'll call evens. It's evens. It's a 6.
Okay. This man is playing so badly that it's confusing, but you are following it enough that you're guiding the game. It is a question of he's going to lose so quick. And that historically has not always gone well. People sometimes get upset by that.
Yeah.
Would you try and be kind to him and elongate the game?
Yeah, I'll do the same type of thing like that I was going to do with my pieces if he was any good, and just swap out some of his pieces
For better ones.
for better ones, so that he feels like he's got an upper hand. I'll let it go a little bit longer before just wiping the floor with
Just
him.
give me a sleight of hand check, 'cause you're trying to switch out some pieces.
I swear I've had 6 bishops so far.
Oh, that is...
My fourth queen.
Another knight.
That's only a 12.
It's only a 12. He doesn't notice a thing.
Great.
You switch out the pieces. However, give me a perception check. And I think because you're probably keeping an overview of everything, you can give me one as well.
Okay.
Ooh,
15.
That's a natural 20.
Both of you then. You catch out the corner of your eye, and then I'll give a little bit more to Carrick. You notice some of the guards are a little bit... They've clocked you.
Okay.
You know they have. They're not doing anything, but you know they've clocked you. However, you're not making him lose. They know you're making him better.
Yeah.
So you're like, it's probably not an issue, but you know you've been spotted doing this by the guards.
Okay. Cool.
Carrick, you spot the same thing, kind of as you're keeping an overview of the carnival, it's your job to be aware. You see the guards clocking the switching of pieces. They don't do anything, nothing negative happens out of it, but what you do notice is one of them peels off, and in the courtyard, it's got high walls that surround the courtyard, and there is a wooden set of stairs that head up to like the top wall, so you can look out. And you see one of the guards peels off, heads up there, and you see a tall gentleman dressed in finery, but not to the level of being a lord, but certainly a high-ranking servant. And you see the guard heads up, leans in, whispers, and then turns and heads back down and returns to his post. But a report is made immediately when noticing some funny business going on.
Okay.
So you see that. That's occurring. As he loses horribly, he just kind of looks quite dejected and says, well, I've never played that badly before, but
Don't worry, like I said, I've trained with the best.
I lost to a grandmaster.
Exactly. Well, it was wonderful playing with you.
Reach out, he shakes your hand, and then he turns and just kind of walks away very sadly. And you see like a little girl runs up to him, like, Granddad, did you do well? And he's like, yeah, of course I did. I won against a grandmaster. As that's happening, what about the rest of us?
So Alec is at his kind of stand, kind of just setting it up, setting all the kind of like sweets to one side and starting to get the heat of the fire on the stones to start to spin the kind of cotton candy. He's also made sure he wears like a kind of, on his back half he's wearing a kind of gambeson that kind of, almost like a skirt that completely hides his lower half from view from the sellers, well the vendors rather.
Okay, so it's like waist up person and then a moving...
Yeah, it looks almost like it's part of the stall at the front.
Oh, okay. You see a crowd of children gathering you. There's about 12 of them, and you see a harried-looking woman, middle-aged woman, kind of like, you know, like permanent like laughter lines, but just tired. And it looks like she's in charge of all of them. As you see this horde of children approaching you and tripping over themselves to get closer and closer and closer, as they start demanding candy floss, really. Without any real kind of politeness or pleases or thank yous, and you see the woman is trying to correct them and they're just ignoring her. They're so hyped up already, and she looks at you pleasingly like, I know you're about to give them sugar, but not too much.
Don't worry, we have a way of pleasing the children without heightening their exciting.
Thank you.
So he begins to kind of like, almost like as if he's weaving magic, he starts to weave the sugar into like fascinating shapes. So stars, flowers, one almost looks like flame, and he begins to hand them off to the children, and then as he does so he's mentally counting the children, and he's like, that will be, is there a little one down there? Yes, that'll be 8 tickets.
Of course. And Ticket-wise, every individual gets one, right?
Yes.
So the children all have their own. Okay.
Yeah.
So you see, she pulls out like a stack of them and kind of counts off 8 and hands them over.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. You see one child is kind of pulling at the edge of like your little skirt that covers like your legs and seems like they're kind of like trying to peek.
I wouldn't do that if I were you, child, and he kind of like tries to move a little bit away.
You see the kid looks up and saying, "Why?
Everyone has their secrets.
Why?"
One of those kids.
Just some things you would rather not find out.
Why?
And as he kind of like nervously kind of tries to teach away from this child, the child will be able to start to like of the chitin on his legs.
I think you see like the kid kind of nods and he's like, "Oh, my dad does that when it's cold."
Yes, artificial leg and all. So I'd rather you didn't.
What?
That was a direction to take it, I guess.
Well, it needs oiling. You have an artificer make you an artificial leg. It clicks in the
What's
cold.
an artificer?
Go and speak to the strong man. He will tell you.
I'm the low charisma character.
You see this child turns and books it in the direction.
Just takes a big deep breath and is just like, why do I do this?
Soren notices that and sighs.
So as that's kind of happening, a child is running in that direction. Again, you see kind of, with your nat 20, I'm going to allow that to carry over, you see a guard noting the interaction, goes and mentions that servant again. And it's just like, information is just being passed back, just in bits, but it's consistent. Every time a tidbit of information comes out, it's immediately reported. Now you two, which of you would like to tell me what you're up to?
I don't mind.
Go on.
Wicker is at like the front gates of the courtyard.
Right.
He's sort of like positioned, like leaning out like that, waiting for guests to come forward, and then he will animate himself when there's a guest forward. He has all like up his sleeve. He has all the tickets he needs to give to people. So he will just wait until someone comes up. He's just the greeter at the door basically. So he's just waiting there.
You see like 3 teenage lads come up and they're kind of heading through. They don't really, a scarecrow is a scarecrow to them, so they're kind of like almost like they're going to step past you.
Hello!
You see three people just jump at you. Can you attempt to get out of their way?
Yes.
Okay, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh dear. That's a 16.
Okay, you jump out of the way as one kid just goes flying past you and hurtles into the ground as the other two manage to pull themselves up short. And they kind of, recovering from the immediate fright of it, you see the one on the ground just looks embarrassed. The other two kind of look like, that was nice costume?
No, I'm real.
What?
Oh, God.
I'm over 200 years old, and I look out for the carnival. Here, have your tickets. So I just handed them out.
Thank you. Thanks.
Now go and enjoy the carnival. You don't want to speak to me.
I think I really do.
The disgust in that sentence.
Well, what do you want to know?
I guess what? And why?
Well, a long time ago, there was my mom and pa, and they...
You have parents?
Oh, well, not really.
Sorry, that was rude of me.
No, it's fine. I get it a lot. My mother and father, bless them, they said that they wanted a son, and they met a woman who could give them a son, and then I was that son, and then they didn't want me anymore for some reason. So then they told me to go away.
Right. Yeah, for some reason that seems real rough. I'm really sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
You see, he reaches out and just pokes your arm.
It's just like straw.
Yeah, and he feels that and just looks... Cool, well, that sucks, man. Sorry.
It's fine. I've got friends. I'm gonna bring in my swarm of crows.
Is
that just land on me.
Whoa, okay, we're sorry. There's no need...
No, it's not a threat. Don't worry. They're my friends. See, I'm just gonna like have one just flutter near, and just not threatening.
You just summoned a murder of crows? And that's not a threat.
I hate the term murder. It's more like a friend of a ship of crows. They're very nice. Please don't tell the person who owns this place, please.
Tell him what?
I already know.
You see the kids kind of
Omnipresent.
Is there some sort of announcement I can put over the place?
Yeah, sure.
Patrons are dissuaded from talking to the doorman. Take your tickets and leave.
Well, this is fine because I'm not a man.
I think we're going to go inside.
Okay.
Alright, thank you for the
Bye.
tickets and the... Okay.
Well,
And they
you want to
head
be
in.
my friend.
Okay.
Covering me in threads.
You did not warn me about that accent, man.
You didn't want any of this.
I specifically asked for this 2 weeks ago and got nothing.
Yeah, to be fair. What is Biz up to?
Biss is standing outside of her fortune-telling tent with a sign next to her saying, "Come in for fortunes."
Okay.
Reading.
You see a woman, a younger woman, she's about 17, you think, 16, 17, and she comes up to you and she's slightly nervous and you can tell she's absolutely got an actual question she wants an answer to. But she comes up and she kind of looks at you and says, "Spent a lot of time at sea?"
I did quite a bit of travelling back in the day.
Oh,
Would you like to come in?
yeah, absolutely.
No, I'll just hold the tent door open for her.
Great. Now, as she steps into your tent, is your tent nautical themed?
Just like multicoloured, mostly.
Yeah?
Like, there's not really any theme going on. It's just whatever she's found, she's put up.
So it's just odds and ends,
Yeah.
trinkets, random stuff you found on your travels.
Yeah.
Kind of looks a bit like
Like a crazy person.
great. So she walks in and she's clearly expecting something slightly more professional. She walks in and she goes, "This is lovely. Why do you have 7 hairbrushes?
You know, different cultures use different hairbrushes, don't they?
3 of them are the same."
Well, you can never have too many, can you? Now, take a seat.
Okay. She sits down, settles into the chair like she's expecting it to break.
Ticket.
Oh, yes, she hands it to you.
Thank you. Now, what questions do you have?
Am I going to be proposed to tomorrow?
Hand. Your marriage line is quite long.
Okay. Does it have a start date?
We can never rush these things, can we?
Okay.
Now, what I see is a very happy life.
That's good.
There will be ups and downs, like everyone's.
Okay.
It will be the love of your life,
What will?
the person you marry.
When?
I'm sorry, do you see numbers on your hand?
That's a quote.
Oh, excellent.
My sincerest apologies. No.
Exactly.
Now, question to you. You have absolutely no ability to read palms. You have no fortune-telling ability, do you?
No.
Give me a deception check. Because you are making this up. You've looked at this woman's hand and gone, you're probably fine.
11.
11.
Oh no.
I'm not using that anymore. She seems genuinely convinced. She's like, okay, you're right. You know, it's not a case of when, it's the love of my life, you say.
Yes. Now, do you feel this person you want to propose to you is the love of your life?
I mean, not really, but if you say so.
I mean,
I was kind of in 2 minds about it.
do you want to marry them?
Well, you've said I have to now, basically.
No.
Otherwise, I'm going to miss out on the love of my life.
No.
No?
I said you will marry the love of your life. I didn't say the person you're with is the love of your life.
Does it say if there's going to be a alright, okay-ish love before that?
Pick one item in the tent.
I guess I'll... Why have you got a rusty hinge just on the shelf?
Rusty hinge, interesting. Now, hinges go on doors. And it appears you need to unlock a certain part of your life before you meet the love of your life. Now, is there any part of your life which you feel you are lacking?
I can see all of this lot giggling. Is there a part of my life in which I feel I'm lacking? Yeah, I don't have a house because I'm living with my parents because I need to get married and move into his house.
I meant more emotionally.
Oh,
rather than physically.
I'd love a dog. I don't know if that was the question.
When you look at your life,
Right.
and how do you perceive it? Are you happy?
It's alright.
Do you desire adventure? To settle down?
Have you got a hookup on a ship you can send me to?
Would you like to?
I could go sailing.
Maybe the love of your life lives on a boat. Maybe you are meant to travel the world with him.
Check again? Go on a boat?
It does look a bit like a ship here, doesn't it?
Your boat line is long.
Take a point of inspiration because you've made everyone break multiple times in this conversation. I should have put on eyeliner. She looks at her hand. She's drawn in by this, and so she goes,
Like, look, there's the mast.
maybe. So boat, yeah?
Boat.
Okay. Do I just tomorrow, first thing?
Finding the love of your life can never be too soon, can it?
Okay, where's this boat you want me going to?
She'll get like a book of like all the ports she's been to.
Yeah.
She'll be like, I know a good captain that goes to the port in the east,
Okay.
and he's always looking for crew members. You could work your way up the ranks.
All right, yeah. If you want to give me a letter of introduction, and then I'll...
Yeah.
Okay, great.
So, dear Captain Montgomery.
She's about to write a full letter, you guys.
It is your dear friend, Biss Alarin. It has been quite a while since I last saw you. Remember when we travelled to a distant land together? Fun times. I have met a friend. What was your name, dear?
Cara.
This woman, Cara, is searching for purpose in her life, and I believe you can help her fulfill it. Now, I have seen her credentials. There's not a lot going on, but I hope you can still find it in your heart to accept her. I believe she will do very well. She is very inspired by our little chat. Your dear friend, Biss.
Now, you hand over this letter, right?
Yes.
And I need to ask you, because it's critically important for my emotional well-being, is this captain real?
Yes.
Does he actually think of you as a friend?
He sort of had a thing for Biss. But he was like, no.
Oh no.
So your scorned lover is going to have this random woman showing up to his boat?
Yes.
Are you just an undercover recruiter for the merchant navy?
Here's a picture of me. I'm giving you a job.
Okay, that is... Okay, for those who don't know, because this does need... Annie has a history. She got portraits done in another campaign and handed out her own headshots as the hiring captain of a ship.
Yeah. Excellent.
Let me read your palm. The Navy. That's where you should go.
Okay, this got away from me.
It's shipwright hats.
So this woman pays you the ticket.
Yes.
I'm crying, sorry. That really got me. It was a scorned lover bit and he really took me
Is
over
this
the
how
edge.
they're going to start recruiting from the army?
I mean, it'd probably go better. So, she takes the letter, she thanks you and says, Anna, go home and pack. And she just hands you the rest of her tickets as well. I'm going. And she leaves. You do kind of note, I would say, with kind of the connection you have to the carnival, and especially to the artifact that kind of runs it, I think you probably have some kind of insight of when someone walks into a tent with 8 tickets and comes out with 0. So while you weren't in the tent, I think you know that something weird happened in there. As you see, this woman has visited Biz and then left the carnival entirely after having gotten rid of all of her tickets. And you do see, kind of noting that woman leaving, one of the guards goes and reports up. So I guess my question to you, because I have checked in with everyone, haven't I, is what is Carrick doing? Is she beginning to notice?
Carrick, just as he sees the guard walking away for the last time, will use Blessing of the Raven Queen to just appear right next to him.
Okay, so you disappear. What's it look like when you reappear next to him? Is it just a straight you appear, or is there some additional magic that manifests itself as part of this?
I'm seeing kind of like a wisp of smoke and then suddenly appearing as well. Good evening, sir. I can't help but think that you are constantly entering and leaving our establishment. Where's your re-entry ticket?
You say to the guard?
Yes.
He kind of tilts his head to you and says, well, sir, I am a direct employee of the Duke. I do not need a ticket to be within these walls.
Well, sir, I'm trying to run a business here, and all of your guard friends seem to be having free entry, and that doesn't really bode well for a good business ethic. Do you understand?
Not a single one of us have played any of your games.
Do you see why that's a problem at a carnival?
Sorry.
Do you enter a tavern, not buy a drink, and sit there, plug in your device? I'm already going back. Do you use the heat and candle at a tavern while not buying a drink, sir?
How much is entry to this?
Free.
Do you see my problem then, sir?
But you're not playing the games. You're not enjoying yourself.
I'm working.
Have some candy floss. Go get some. Go. Go. Go get some. Go. Go get some.
Can you give me just like an intimidation check? Just whether you weird out this guy enough that he's willing to just do it.
That is a 15 plus what, 16?
15, I'll do it. He kind of looks at you, then looks over at Alacray and is like, if I get some candy floss, will you be happy?
Possibly, but you never know what's going to happen. Go. Go.
All right.
Go get some.
I'll go get some.
Tell him Carrick sent you. He'll give you the primo stuff.
And will it be poisoned?
That's half the fun. Half the fun is not knowing.
He turns, he walks straight over to you, and he says, I need some candy floss to carry around so your boss gets off my back. Here's a ticket.
Understood. What shape?
Whatever you want.
And he kind of like weaves, and it like looks like a sword. And he hands it to him.
Fine, okay. He takes the sword, and he kind of looks at you, and he gives like a very mocking like salute with the sword, and then he goes and heads up the stairs to that individual that he's been reporting to, unless you try and stop him again.
I'm going to follow him up. I'm going to carry on. Sir. I can't help but notice that after our little chat that we had just a moment ago, you're still leaving the carnival.
I'm walking 20 feet up that staircase.
20 feet is a lot of movement. Just ask any gnome.
As he's doing that, can I manifest one of my echoes
Sure.
to sit at the chair
Yeah.
for me?
Okay.
play any chess games, I'm going to put my hood up on my Cloak of Elvenkind. And can I try to, like, sneak up to where that person who's being, like, whispered to
You
is?
absolutely can. Give me a stealth check.
Cool.
Come, so we have acrobats.
He's being stubborn with you.
Yes. 17.
17. So as this is happening, there's the staircase he's been going up is the most direct route, but there is one on the other side of the main gates to head in, and you can zip up that staircase and kind of sneak along the top.
Mm-hmm.
The guy you're going towards is now looking down the stairs at this situation with Carrick and the guard, but isn't intervening in any way, but is watching with interest. So his back is to you as you approach.
Cool. Is there anywhere I can, like, is there any, like, alcoves or anything along this wall that I can kind of slip behind or anything like that?
There are little, like, cut-in bits to the wall where things can be placed and stored. So there are a couple of little alcoves along the wall, up on the parapets where it juts out, and especially over the gate itself, because he is a little bit over from the gate. Over the gate itself, there is a forward part, so you can get multiple guards above the actual main gate, so you can duck behind a wall there.
Yeah, I just want to get to a point where I can kind of, like, hear what has to be said.
Great.
there.
So you duck in and you hide there. This guard kind of eventually says to you, "Tell you what, give me 5 minutes and I'll go and get my fortune told."
Pick the third hairbrush, it's a good one.
Okay.
It's one of the ones that looks like the other two. So, if she switched around the order, it might not be the same, but that's the fun of it, isn't it? Lucky dip.
Okay.
Cheerio.
All right.
You say cheerio and just still stand there.
He turns. He doesn't even turn. He backs away up the stairs.
He used to keep eye contact with you.
And he kind of takes another glance down. Do you follow him up the stairs, or do you let him go?
At this moment, I will let him go. I'm still...
Just staring.
Do I
I've
notice
got-
that? Oh, sorry. Go on.
I've got telekinetic as well, so I'm going to use Mage Hand just as he's walking away to turn his head back around.
Weird.
Horrifying.
Can I tell that this conversation's been happening around?
So this is kind of near the main gate, so you've absolutely
Okay.
been able to hear this situation.
I'm just going to try and... This is something Wicker would do. He's going to make his crow swarm fly over in his direction, and he's going to pretend that it flew off on him, and he's just going to run after them and go, "Oh, my crows!" as they fly over, and if it goes through him, Wicker is going to run into him.
So you're going to run up the stairs with the crows?
No, if he's walking off.
No, so he needs...
He's walking up the stairs.
Okay.
So he's kind of going upstairs, so you'd need to chase him up if you wanted to get to him. If you want to try and... I don't quite understand what you're going for.
I'm just trying to stop him from getting up there, but if he's already gone up there, then I don't do it.
Okay.
I thought he was on his way. Right.
No, I think unfortunately he will get up to the top.
So-
As he does though, but Carrick is just staring at him. He is creeped out.
Okay.
And he's carrying a candy floss sword. He gets to the top and he goes to the individual. You will hear the conversation. He goes over and he says, "Okay, so Carnival Master is bizarre." And he's like really focused that our people need to be doing stuff, so I guess I'll tell the lads. The fortune teller has managed to convince one of our villagers to join the navy. I don't know if there's any divination magic there. I didn't notice any actual magic in that tent. So I don't think she's a problem. In terms of the others, a little bit of illusion's what I seem to have noticed so far, but magically speaking, I think we're still good. And then he leaves.
Okay.
So you hear that. They are tracking who has magic.
I will...
Oh, so he did also say, Carnival Master used telekinesis to wrench my skull around. It really hurt my head. So I think I need to go to a chiropractor in the morning.
Cool.
But yeah, you see they're reporting magic.
If I can make my way down...
Give me another stealth check.
That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You'll be able to sneak back down, no issue.
Yeah, and then kind of pop my hood down, have my echo kind of stand up, and kind of just meet me where I am, and then just dissipate it, and I will like kind of beeline it for Carrick.
Great. You can do that, no issue.
So it seems they're reporting magic. I managed to get near him.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I just twisted him with a mage hand.
He noticed. Do we have any chiropractors? He said he might need one.
I'll twist it further and then it won't be a problem anymore.
That's it. Don't know what you want to do with it, but it's worth knowing.
We'll keep an eye on the guards for the time being. Send a message around. Just make sure everyone's aware. Keep an eye on where the guards are. If anyone's about to use magic, let's dissuade them. In general, I would say probably keep them away from me, because I don't do anything else.
Yes, sir.
I could try, but I don't have the hit points to do it.
Great. This is cool. He's going to kind of just like walk behind somewhere where he can't be seen. He's going to just change himself to look like a regular carnival goer, send his echo back to his table, and then kind of just make his way around, letting all of the staff at the carnival know about what's going on. If there's guards around, not necessarily, maybe try avoid using magic, and then we'll eventually just...
Give me a perception check as you're doing this, or an investigation, whichever's best for you.
Who are the magic users, by the way?
Most of you.
I think everyone.
Everyone.
I think it's a
Balls.
11.
11. As far as you can tell, you're not sure if you're missing things, but at a base level, you can tell that every single one of you has a guard assigned to you. There is someone specifically watching each of you.
Oh, interesting.
As you're going around, you note them, because they are also being subtle, so you almost find yourself tracking the same paths they're walking.
Okay. I will let everyone know this as I'm making my way around.
I'm gonna say, give me a group stealth check. We're gonna call this a DC 15. If 3 or more of you succeed, we're good.
That's a 15. Okay.
1.
So I have mine.
Fail.
No, I don't.
12.
Fail.
I had advantage. The first roll was a nat 1. The second roll was a nat 2. So that's a 9.
How did I
Fail.
19.
Succeed.
9, also.
Oh no!
Can't find the staff.
I'm a big metal man.
I think I'm gonna put that dice away for now.
What was your perception or investigate? It was an 11, right?
11.
You go and warn everyone.
Um,
Nothing else seems to
After
happen.
it's mentioned to me, can I make a perception check just to have a look around?
Yeah.
So I'm actually okay at perception. That is a... Well, that's 22.
22.
Mhm.
You see... Debating, I want to give you something. You see the guards that are assigned to each of you. Now they've been pointed out to you. What you also notice is some of the commoners attending the carnival aren't. They are very strategically gathering, and you see there are probably another dozen or so undercover guards mingled through.
I will say to Goras then, I'll go, look, there are people around. I'll go, just take off my little finger and go, we can listen in to what they're saying. If you just slip this in one of their pouches, I'll give you my finger.
Just slip a finger in his pants. We can hear everything he's saying. Awful.
This is why they're after us.
For reference, this is the Hexblood feature.
Yeah.
So,
This is your token.
yes, this is my token.
I'll kind of just palm it and...
Do you want to try and get it on someone?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, I'll give you one additional thing that can maybe inform what happens next.
Yes.
The only other thing that strikes you as interesting in this moment is two people heading towards Carrick that stand out because they are dressed and are clearly, by the manner in which they're dressed, they are noble-born. There is you think a lord and lady heading in his direction.
What I'll do is I'll change that instead to telepathic message and then make my way over to Carrick.
So you're not going to do the token?
I don't want to do the token because I feel like if there's going to be a confrontation now, there's no...
They don't look like they're going to be
Okay. I will keep it as a token then if it's just think of them walking over.
Yeah. They look like they're having the best time at the carnival.
Oh, okay.
But they're heading in his direction very specifically.
Okay. I'll keep it as a token
And you promise?
I'll cause a distraction, you put it on.
Yeah, I'll just say, the nobles or the guards?
So this is the Duke's courtyard, isn't it?
This is the Duke's castle, you are in the courtyard of it.
Okay.
You have not met the Duke.
Add to the nobles myself.
Okay. Let's go then.
Now-
I'll attempt to kind of just I'll determine what kind of way they're going, and I'm gonna try make my way quite quickly and excitedly, given that I'm looking like a commoner at the minute, towards one of the booths, just shouting backwards to a crowd. No, it's over this way, come on!
I'm going to give me a deception check then.
Okay.
I'm scared.
24.
On a DC 14. They are not going to in any way flag up an issue. I'm assuming you do bump into one of them.
Yeah, gonna bump into one of them and then just...
I need a sleight of hand.
Cool.
DC 12.
Ooh. 10.
I should have given guidance, no!
On a 10, you bump into one, and it's completely natural, and as you reach out to kind of tuck it into the belt of, I'm presuming the man, because it's a little harder to secret away something on a woman's dress, you fumble the token and it hits the floor.
I will. Can I try pull out if I pull out a gold piece from my pocket and kind of try palm it and just go, sir, you've dropped this, and then kind of...
It's my finger.
No, the gold coin.
Oh, right, okay.
Not your finger.
So you're going to immediately, having dropped it, try and reach down, grab it.
Pull out a gold coin to kind of get his attention. And then try give it another go, essentially.
I would say another attempt will be at disadvantage because you're
That's
pulling
fine.
the attention. But yeah, still DC 12.
Not all night.
So I had intended a little bit more context to come up before we hit. But this, you see, as you fumble that, you fumble it, you've dropped it, you pick it up with the coin, you go, sir, and you feel a guard grab your wrist and go, what's this? And turn your hand over where you've got that, where you've got the token that you picked up.
He dropped a coin and some straw.
It's kind of like a bit of glove with straw stuffed into it. And you see the guard pulls you in and looks at you and says, who are you?
My name's John. John.
He looks around around the entire courtyard, holds your hand up and says, anyone lost a John?
My name is John.
Anyway, you see everyone, all the villagers look at you. No one recognizes you. So you see everyone kind of steps back and is like, no, does anyone know him? Do you know him? Do you know him? And that ripples through the courtyard. And the guard kind of looks at you and goes, where'd you live? Which house?
I'm a fan of the carnival.
Can
You're
I?
a fan of the carnival?
I'm a fan of the carnival. I follow them generally.
So you're staying in the inn?
Yes.
Can I?
Okay,
At this
we'll check
point-
that. Yeah.
Can I go up and say, you came in without a ticket? To John. Oh yeah, you came in without a ticket. Oh, I'm gonna walk over like, oh,
As you're walking over, 2 guards step in front of you.
excuse me, this is carnival business.
This is a legal matter at this point, as a crime against a noble carries a heavy penalty.
He committed a crime against me by not letting me give him his ticket.
And he committed a crime against Lord Fairweather.
That's an interesting point you make. I'm gonna stop now.
As you step back, you see the guards kind of look around, and they kind of look over in your direction. One of yours points it.
I'm just a fan.
You came in without a ticket.
Oh, John. I haven't seen you since Pennyweather.
Oh, well, I've been a little busy with, trying to pull together some money so that I can visit the carnival again.
I was going to say, last time I saw you were outside the gates, but they wouldn't let you in.
Yes.
That's why we changed the ticket price to free.
Yes, and I do appreciate
It's
that,
him.
sir. I do appreciate that, sir.
Your free carnival is him. I've missed this guy.
Would someone like to witness the insight check I just made?
Oh, no.
I need a deception check of the 3 of you. If one of you doesn't crit,
Oh no.
we're in trouble.
No.
That's a 3.
There's a 16. Oh, sorry, 17, but not great.
I mean, a 20, but not natural.
You see the guard who starts holding your wrist, takes the token, walks in your direction. Your hands, please. Other hand.
You did kind of wave him in his face.
Yeah.
Just like this, with no finger.
I saw that. Both hands. At the same time.
Use a toe.
Good idea.
What receipt?
Could not be more obvious. There's nothing subtle to this situation. You'll be needing this back.
I'm fine. I can regrow them. Actually, can.
Great. He hands it off to another guard who goes, and there's a torch sconce on the wall, and he throws it in.
Ah!
You see
That's
the
fine. I
fire
don't
and
feel it. It's
everything.
alright.
You see the guy who's been being reported to starts coming down the stairs. And you can see the carnival's kind of gone quiet, everyone's listening. And you see he walks over and he walks in your direction, Carrick, and he says, we have a little problem here.
Do we,
Don't you
sir?
think?
Okay, I'm gonna bow.
This to me sounds... It's usual for the carnivals. Usually something like this will come up.
Assaulting the Lord.
No. I didn't see that as assault, did you?
I was
Did you
trying
not?
to give him back his coin.
John is right.
You see how things can be misconstrued, sir.
Here's what's going to happen
Okay.
to smooth over this interaction.
Ah, candy floss. Go!
No, thank you.
Can I get some?
As you see this kind of, he's dressed really smartly as a black jacket, a white shirt, and he's like the most kind of neat, presentable, like butler-esque character you ever seen. He kind of comes up and says, Lord and Lady Fairweather have a request for you.
Okay.
You are going to facilitate it,
Oh.
and provided you do, we forget any of this happened.
Oh, yay. Sounds like one of your games.
It's probably not one of those requests.
Oh.
As Wicker goes, it sounds like one of your games. You see the Lady Fairweather grins. As you see, she's absolutely referring to one of your games. This is what's being referred to. As you see the Lord and Lady step forwards, and you see the butler kind of steps back out of respect to them and deference. As Lord Fairweather says, "We have heard rumours of your wonderful carnival, and we would like to partake in something a little less mundane.
Something more thrilling.
Something more thrilling.
High stakes.
The highest."
Follow me. And just gesture towards a tent just in the corner of the carnival.
Right. So this Lord and Lady are going to follow after you. You two, the guards step back, that having been allowed, and they kind of dissipate as Carrick leads this noble couple away. What is is anyone else doing anything? You've all heard the commotion.
Alec has been watching and seeing Carrick lead these two off to a tent is kind of like, not again. So he like leaves a little sign on his thing that says like back in 15 and just kind of scuttles off towards that tent.
Mm-hmm.
Just before Carrick leaves, can I just like harshly pat him on the back and just go, "Don't worry, I believe in you." I'm going to cast guidance.
Okay.
Just words of encouragement.
It's finally happened.
Anyone else doing anything?
Soren, while all of that was going on, would have just kind of edged towards his setup and got his shield serving as the kind of winning bell, taken that down, put up a little like maintenance sign, and kind of bounce it a little bit to where the action was going on. So if you're kind of around this crowd now, he's pretty much just going to eyeball a guard and do the whole angry statue thing.
Okay.
This is going to try and act as normally as possible.
Mm-hmm.
So she's going to keep a tent open and keep trying to bring people in for a balm reading.
Okay. But are you all kind of keeping an eye on where Carrick's gone? So if there's issues...
Yeah, I've definitely moved in that direction. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to...
I'll keep my echo at the thing and kind of pop my hood up, my cloak, and just kind of try get around the back of wherever they are.
You have multiple eyes on you. I need a stealth check.
Cool. Perception's at disadvantage, yeah?
What for?
Cloak of Elvenkind.
Does that give disadvantage on perception checks against you?
Advantage to me for stealth, disadvantage to you for perception.
Great, then I'll take that 6.
Snap to again.
21.
You duck out of sight. Do you switch appearance as well?
Yes, I'll
John
switch
is no
appearances to one of the guards that I saw.
Okay. So, Lord and Lady Fairweather follow you. What tent do you lead them into? What does it look like?
It's... The material of the tent looks a bit more regal than the rest of the carnival. It's sewn together in patches as if it's been taken down and put up quite a few times, maybe been ripped once or twice, but it's still fine material there. There's a sheath of darkness and candlelight as you walk in, with a desk in the middle of it, with one chair one side and a few chairs the other.
You see the two of them walk in, and they both kind of look to you like, do we take a seat here?
Of course.
They both sit down.
Might I say you both look ravishing by candlelight.
Lord Fairweather gives you a little nod. It's very much appreciated. So this game.
This game? You two are here alone, yes?
Of course.
I've got to make sure it's all the, I have a contract for you to sign stating that you were not followed, you came here alone, you do not have anything which will report outside, and then we can proceed.
Lord Fairweather holds out his hand. Is there any magical element to this contract?
Is that you saying you want to deceive it?
As the GM, is there any...
I don't think I have anything that can.
So you see, he takes your contract, and he signs it, and he hands it back to you. If you would like to make an insight check, however.
I will. Woo!
You can have guidance if you want.
What's guidance?
D4.
A D4. It's not going to help much.
Oh, you can try.
It might double your score.
It won't. That's a 5 plus 3.
I got a 15. They're both calm, cool as a cucumber.
Can I just be keeping an eye out outside to see if anything's...
Give me a perception check.
Nope. 7.
Guys, change out your dice.
I know.
I'd be better making the check. I'm just terrible stealth.
Can I just say, you two seem to be the most honest people I've ever met. I really commend you for that.
I'm not sure that means a lot coming from you, but please, this game, we've signed your waiver.
Of course. Go under the desk and pull out this orb on a bit of a stand at the bottom, glowing in blue and purple lights. Each of you, please set a hand on the orb.
You see they both reach out. Final chance here, give me an Arcana check.
Oof.
You should be good at this.
I changed my dice as well. Oh wait, it's a plus set, that's a 12.
12.
It's a 12. 5. My first roll of the day was a natural 20.
And that was it.
As they reach out, Lord Fairweather seems to lean in. He seems to take up more space than his wife. But as her hand comes towards it, you see a crackle of arcane energy at her fingertips. She is casting a spell as she reaches for the orb. Do you do anything?
Oopsie. Counter spell.
You can't spell it? You can't start the spell, and she kind of recoils a little bit.
And here I thought you signed the contract. Now, would you care to explain why exactly you're here? Not just anyone gets to play my games, you understand?
If we're being honest, seeing as we're all friends here,
Seeing as you're the most honest person I've ever met.
the most honest people in the world, we're interested in the artifact you have more than the game surrounding it.
Okay.
We've heard the rumours, whispers of disappearances after your carnival has passed through.
They all walked out of the carnival of their own accord.
They did. But then they weren't heard of after that.
Well, that hardly seems to be anything to do with me.
No, but you can understand our interest in the correlation of these events. The carnival passes through and someone doesn't seem to make it home the next night.
But there's correlation and there's causation, completely different thing.
And then there's the fact that magic is weaved into the tapestry of your entire carnival. It sings to those of us able to hear it.
Of course.
It's quite wonderful.
Isn't it just?
But so my question is, and it is purely from an academic standpoint, I assure you, what exactly is this? How does it work?
It is what you can see. Round. Circular.
That it is.
Smooth.
'Tis an orb.
It is an orb. Any other questions? I seem to have answered that one.
How does it work was my primary question that you have skipped over.
Very well. Any more questions?
I would like an answer to that one.
I did. It works very well.
The fact that you're so evasive makes me think that our suspicions are right, and this is a genuine artifact.
And what exactly do you believe it is? Is there any point in your questioning if you're coming here with a hypothesis already?
Well, I believe that it's an arcane battery of sorts. And given the disappearances, I think it's powered unusually.
Unusually. What spell were you trying to cast a moment ago? We can all be evasive, can't we?
I was merely trying to borrow it.
Well, aren't you a thief? Nobles and their games. The more you have, the more you want, is that correct? Place a hand on the orb.
Or what?
I'm going to cast Cause Fear. Place a hand on the orb.
Wisdom save?
Yeah, wisdom save.
Both of us.
Fail. You see, this is not someone who is easily rattled, but you see, as that spike of fear hits, without really thinking about it, she reaches out and her hand hits the orb. Give me one more insight check.
The red one rolled me in that 20 before. You can do it.
Yeah.
That's a 13.
Okay, she's locked in, she's focused, she's scared. He doesn't care. Her husband doesn't care. You don't think you don't think there's any love there at all. He is watching analytically. But her hand is on the orb.
With your other hands, take one of these dice.
She takes the dice.
Odds or evens?
Odds.
I landed on a 6 anyway, but I was going to make it a 6. Charlatan's dice, by the way.
On a 6, what happens?
On a 6, it's your turn.
She takes one of the dice.
Odds. I'm going to make that a 5.
It actually was a 5.
Ooh.
I'm psychic.
Spooky.
You have one more chance. Do you wish to keep playing?
She looks over at the Lord. She frowns. And he just looks at her and says, "Do it." Evens.
That was a 2 anyway, but I was going to make it a 2.
Stop saying that.
What happens?
Not a real wizard.
She was the one I wanted to keep alive out of the two of them.
She will feel her hands not now placed on the orb, kind of held in place on the orb. She won't be able to now move it. She will feel the heat from her body travelling down her arm and leaving at her fingertips. And she will slowly not be conscious anymore.
As that last spark of life leaves, you watch as she falls forward, her head hitting the table as her hand finally leaves the orb. As you see Lord Fairweather looks down at his wife, looks up at you. Interesting.
Would you like to stay for tea?
No.
You
and
will.
he stands up very quickly, like immediately pushes himself up, and he's going to start shouting. And what he shouts is, "Guards, it's real." Everyone go ahead and roll initiative for me.
Yay! Woo! Ooh, 50.
So, I'm going to do the guards as a group. What did you guys...
I have an arcane potion.
Subtle.
It makes him go fast.
I'm going to get my own as soon as someone's taking another turn. What did you get?
14.
14 for Biz? Is it Biz or Biz?
Yes.
I don't know which one that was.
Yes.
Biz. Okay. Alcray?
11.
11.
17.
17's pretty good.
Slow boy.
Yeah.
15.
15 for Wicca.
16.
16 for Carrick.
20.
Okay.
Good if they didn't all roll.
So, You all hear this shout. You all hear the shout of guards, it's real from inside the tent, which is a weird reaction to your wife dying. So people outside are like, haha, what's going on? You see, in motion at the same time as you, but a half second behind, the butler individual is rushing towards the tent as all the guards suddenly spring into action. What are you doing?
Am I going to be able to put myself between the tent entrance and everyone else first?
Do you want to if you want to get to the tent entrance, you can.
Either that or rush the butler.
Or do what?
Or rush the butler.
You can do either. It's up to you.
I will rush the butler.
Yeah.
And I will zap out my magic-y gauntlets and I will essentially cast Booming Blade.
Yep.
So it's big old thunder punch to his face.
You're gonna punch the guy.
I fail.
How badly did you fail?
Like a big old long.
Okay.
Fail.
Oh dear.
Wonderful start to the combat,
Great.
guys.
Yes.
You swing and a miss on the butler.
Okay.
Anything else from you?
Considering that, I might just I may as well bonus action Sanctuary.
Bonus action Sanctuary on yourself?
On myself, yeah, and just kind of form as much of a block as I can for a little bit.
Between you and the butler. You weren't able to get all the way to the tent door though, unfortunately, because you went to him. But you've cut off his avenue. That happens. He actually goes next. He looks at you and he kind of tilts his head. He casts Sanctuary on himself and he's going to dart past you and head towards the tent. You can give me a wisdom save if you want to try and avoid make an attack opportunity.
No, I'll let that one go.
Cool. He bonus action Sanctuaries and he's going to dash to get up to the tent. And then from there he is going to turn his back to it and he is going to look out and is going to essentially start calling out demands for all of you to stand down and surrender. Is what he's doing. Next up, the Lord. You're hearing that shout outside. Do you in any way look like that's an intention you have? Or do you look like you're going to try and fight your way out here?
I'm still just sat down.
Okay, the Lord, for his turn, he pulls a rapier and he says, "It's a shame you killed her, but well, she wasn't needed anymore anyway. You gonna behave? Or are we gonna have a problem?"
We'll see. Do what you will. Have fun. It's a carnival.
He's gonna reach out, he's gonna try and take... Is it in a box?
It's on a stand. So
He's gonna try and pick it up from the stand. Do you allow him?
what can I do to not allow it?
If you look like you're gonna get aggressive, he will abandon that in favor of fighting you. But he's like saying if you'll let him just take it.
Still very calm, but no. You won't be able to do that. But you are welcome to try.
He's going to pick it up and he's going to start backing towards the exit of the tent.
Okay.
As his movement.
How far?
He goes towards the entrance. He's aware that the butler's just outside, so he doesn't go out yet, but he goes towards the entrance. He's backing away from you slowly, but he's being very careful not to touch it. That's what he is doing. Goros?
I already had my echo out.
Mm-hmm.
Could I get them to this point from where we are,
Yeah.
towards the butler? Okay, so I'd like to mentally command my echo to move up toward the butler.
Yep.
I'm going to come around the other side of the tent, flanking.
Mm-hmm. So that you're probably about 20 feet away from the... Oh, no, because he came right to the tent. Never mind. So yeah, you come straight up flanking. I forgot you moved.
So then I'm going to draw both my rapiers and just go for him.
So I need wisdom saves against Sanctuary.
Oh, God, yeah. Forgot about that. I don't think that first one's going to do it.
DC 13.
No. And we'll go 5 for the second one. Yeah, that'll make it. That's a 14.
14? Yep.
So we'll get attack and bonus action.
I get extra attack and then I've got my bonus action attack as well.
It first attack wasted, doesn't it?
Yes. So I'm just gonna see if the first one hits first. That's 17 plus 8 to hit for the first one.
Absolutely. Not a high AC on this man.
That's 10 piercing damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then my echoes also, as part of my attack action, gonna go out. Would I make a burn save for that one as well? Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, 17.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think 26 to hit for that one. 11 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm going to make my bonus action attack. Natural 20.
Oh. Echo Knights.
Oh dear.
Okay, get us some damage in then.
I mean, oh wait, yeah, I think it's extra dice. Extra dice. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 12 for that one. Didn't roll very well.
12 damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I will just say to him, as the form of myself and my grandfather flanking him, I suggest you leave.
Okay. Your man's not looking good. He is breathing heavily, covered in like gashes, and he's not looking good at all after that. Still very much on his feet though. Okay. Carrick, you're in that tent.
Mm-hmm.
You hear now the sounds of fighting directly outside. You see the Lord is holding it by the base of the stand. He's kind of holding it out and away from him, rapier in front.
I'm going to teleport behind him.
Great.
Using Blessing of the Raven Queen. I'm going to take that.
Yep.
And what he'll see facing the other way is, as I'm unsheathing my sword behind him, he will see bright light fill the tent as I'm unsheathing Moon-Touch sword.
Nice.
Nice, yeah.
And I will use Booming Blade and attack him from behind.
Natural one.
Yeah,
No.
That is a 16.
16 will absolutely hit him. Go ahead, give me your damage.
So, that's one of those, and another one of those. Red slashing. So that is 10 slashing damage and 4 thunder damage.
14.
Okay.
I wouldn't move if I were you.
Oh yeah, because you're not too
He holds in place and he kind of like almost goes to stagger, and then as you say that, kind of holds in, like doesn't quite fall forwards, and you hear like under his breath a snarl. Are you doing anything else? Is that I think that was most of your stuff, right?
Yeah, that's everything.
Great. So your bonus was the
That's got
teleport.
bonus action.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Wicker.
How far away is the tent from where I am?
You can get there in a move.
Okay. I'm going at range anyway.
Mm-hmm. And you're absolutely fine.
So, for Booming Blade,
yes.
is if he moves...
Have you all taken this?
No, I'm not taking it.
Oh.
I'm asking, is if he moves at all, even if he doesn't... If it's not his move.
If he willingly moves.
Oh, he
5
really
feet.
is?
Yeah,
Okay.
he moves.
Okay. Come on, I just pushed him.
Go away.
Go away. I'm going to start my bonus action by casting Magic Stone. On my stones.
Yep.
I have 2 pebbles.
Yep.
I'm going to put the pebble in my sling.
Yep. Okay.
I'm going to throw a pebble at his head.
Mm-hmm.
I think that hits. That's a 26.
Yeah.
I think I'd say 5. If we were hitting a 26, we'd all be dead by now.
That's 9.
9.
And I will choose my swarm to also get involved there. So it'll deal an extra d6 damage.
Ooh.
Plus another 6. That's 15 damage.
Is this on the noble?
Plus another 6.
Yeah, and then I'm going to make my extra attack.
Is this on which
This
one?
is on the guy with the orb.
It's not terrifying.
I thought it's just a small grows within the
He is like in the tent.
No,
He
is
backed
the
up to the entrance.
Oh, cool. So
Yeah.
it's visible. Okay,
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
So how much was that total?
15. Bonk.
Yeah, you hit him in the skull. He drops. As he does, the orb rolls across the floor.
I warned you.
Can I pick it up? Does it roll towards me?
You said you were going to range your ways away. He didn't roll towards you. It doesn't roll that far.
Okay. I still have an attack left.
Yes, you do. There is still the butler in front of the tent.
It's not rolling towards him, is it?
No, it's kind of rolling.
Okay, good.
I mean, Carrot's in the way.
Yeah.
I mean, from your perspective, a stone keep flying past your shoulder and brained this guy.
Followed by crows.
My crow just pecked his head, basically.
His last moments were terrifying.
He had the worst 6 seconds of his life. He was like, we're gonna be cool. No, we're not.
They're nice and friendly crows. They just love to
Does
play
the
pets.
butler still have sanctuary up?
Yes,
Okay, I'll make my wisdom save.
go for it. DC 13.
That's
cocked.
It is, to be fair. It was either 12 or 15, which I wouldn't like either, but that's a 12. That is 17.
17 succeeds. Go ahead and make your attacking butler.
Swing! Yay!
The wing better.
Yeah,
18.
it's 27.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, it isn't
And
so
that's
bad.
9 damage.
9 damage against him. Okay. Nope, that's not maths. That is though. Okay, he's still up.
Yeah, that's my turn.
End of your turn, Wicca. Biss. None of the guards have gone yet. They got a 2 on the dice. They're really standing around going, what the hell?
So how far am I away from the tent?
You can get there with your movement.
Okay. And are there any of the guards around it?
Yeah, there's loads.
Okay. I'll go to the closest one.
You're the closest guard.
And I'm gonna pull out my greatsword
Okay,
and add my crimson right to it, which is right fling.
great. So you pull out a great sword that immediately is engulfed in fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm gonna take a swing at him.
You hear that guard go, I thought you had no magic.
You thought wrong.
That is a 21 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay, at least we're rolling okay in combat.
Yeah, you did terribly tonight.
Some of us.
Just not very well to avoid
True,
combat.
true,
There was a
true.
world in which this all went socially with no combat.
I do just.
There's a world.
Not one with
How
us.
much damage do you do?
That's damage to myself to activate the crimson ray.
Oh yeah, cool. So fire bursts from both you and the sword.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's 14 points
14.
of damage. And then.
Dead. You just kill the
And then
You take his head off. You want to go to the next guard log?
Yeah, and an extra attack.
Yeah, go to the next one.
We got a fair bit of damage, it's fine.
Yeah, we do. Run them
25.
over.
Absolutely hits. Roll damage again.
That is 12 points of damage.
Dead. You draw your great sword, fire erupts, and you just decapitate 2 guys coming out of the tent. As you see the rest of them kind of look unnerved, and people start screaming. Is that the end of your turn, or do you then continue your move in the direction of the tent?
I'll get a bit closer.
So you're most of the way there. Alec?
So seeing all of this is going on, he's like, I told him about this, and he kind of like grabs the kind of cloth at his waist and just like throws it off, revealing like his lower like kind of spider kite in his half, and he kind of goes to the tent and crawls up it and like is
On
perched
top of
atop of it.
Horrifying.
Yeah, and he's at his full height now because he was stooping before. He's now like it is full 8 foot tall.
So you have a spider body the size of a horse,
Yes.
with you perched on top of the tent.
Yes, he's
The
massive.
tent groans above you. It shifts in a way you're like,
he's awake.
He kind of takes his staff that he's been pretending is like his cane and like twirls it around, and he's going to cast Firebolt at the nearest guard.
great, go for it. Why not? Get them all.
That is 23.
23 absolutely hits. Go ahead, roll me damage.
That is 15 points of damage.
Dead. Take out a guy.
As he kind of sends like a big massive firebomb, this guy is screaming, he just goes, Carrick!
Yes, dear.
What can I tell you about that orb?
It's fun.
And then he kind of goes back to focusing.
I was just pondering it with friends.
At the end of the round, all of the guards go at once. And so what happens here is the lower ranking guards, so the ones who've been kind of tracking you and reporting back, all start pulling back because these two have wiped out 3 of them like it was nothing. You see, they start actually bundling all of the commoners out of the gates. It's not a massive courtyard, so with a dash, most people get out, including the guards, who also, as they're going, the last one hits a chain as the portcullis rattles down, sealing you guys in.
Oh.
At the same time, 6 individuals in full plate armor come out from the actual castle itself like they were waiting, and they start marching round to kind of circle the outside of the tent. They do not step in to help the butler. They're like, you're going to deal with this. But they start forming, like using their movement and action to get into position. They move forwards and they all draw weapons, and they have a tall like tower shield in front of them as well, as each of them has no, they don't. They don't have the shield. Ignore that. They each have a great sword of their own as they're lining up and they're getting in position as there's 6 of them surrounding you all. That is their turn. That's the kind of what happens. No one actually makes an attack on you at that point. Top of the round, the only one who's kind of left alive is the butler, who is not having a good day at all. Soren, what are you doing?
You know, I'm no longer sure. so many things happen there.
It's a very quick progression of events.
Yeah, and I kind of... Yeah, I'm just going to drop my sanctuary probably if I end up hitting anything. I'm just going to, like, back up to the tent door, kind of just hanging out by the butler now. But hey, we've both got sanctuary up, so neither one of us wants to hit each other.
Okay.
I'll just kind of spend my turn sort of calling into the tent, just say, Carrick, what's the plan?
Who am I to know?
You're the carnival leader.
By accident. I've just been promoted enough times that I'm just here now. I didn't want to do this. I wanted to play card games in my shack, and now we're here.
They're here to kill us. Let's make sure we get to them first.
Okay, we're fighting then. And yeah, I'll do the Booming Blade Thunder Punch attempt on the butler again.
Give me a wisdom save.
Oh, that one betrayed me.
Did it not break when I passed it?
When you
Natural
what?
20
When
on
I
wisdom
passed the
save.
wisdom save.
Oh, natural 20 on the wisdom. I thought that was another.
I don't believe so.
Yeah.
Let me double check.
I think it's only when you hit something that you drop sanctuary.
Oh, right,
Yeah,
okay.
if you
It
get,
just stays for a minute
yeah,
unless
if you get hit, you
you
maintain it. But
hit on
If
me.
it is, it's better than
Is
I'm
it
not.
concentration on it?
No, sanctuary
no.
isn't.
It's like
So-
concentration, I know that.
Because it removes you from doing so many things, because you actually just have to behave yourself for a while.
Yeah. Which I'm not. So I'm dropping it now.
Yep.
But it is, lasting anyway. So the actual attack roll on him. Might still, probably still will hit. 16.
16 does hit him.
Okie doke. So with the Booming Blade Fist Thunder Punch time.
We did it.
Oh, super low damage though.
Yeah.
7 total damage. Oh, 2 and a 1 on the dice there.
We love that.
7 total damage.
Yep. Thunder damage, all of it.
Bye, butler.
Bye, butler.
He drops
Oh.
Right.
as he hits the ground, and you see the knights that are kind of surrounding you in their armor. One of them, who seems like he's probably the captain of this kind of the true kind of guard, kind of tilts his head and goes, well, that was predictable.
That doesn't normally happen when I hit people. Sorry. And I will activate my defensive matrix thing that gives me a few temporary hit points. Defensive
Absolutely.
field.
Now, stepping through this, the Lord is dead.
Yeah.
The butler is dead. Most of the guards and all the commoners have bailed out. There are these 6 knights who are stood around. They have not rushed in to attack you. They've set up a perimeter kind of surrounding you all. So it's kind of up to you whether or not you want to attempt to talk to them or you want to rush them. Was there anything else you were doing?
No, I'm just doing I'm standing off, kind of defending.
What, you're next in initiative order?
I will. I'll say to them. I'll kind of just shout out. All your masters are dead. Stand down or die.
You see the guard, the knight, points with his sword at the Lord's body. It's kind of in the entrance of the tent and went, there was no master of ours.
Fine. I'll rush in.
You rush in?
Yep.
Great. You rush in, movement, I'll get you there. Go ahead, make some attacks.
Yeah.
You bring in your echo with.
Cool.
Are we the baddies?
We've got a carnival powered by dead people. I think so.
That was in the interview.
You were warned. Signed the contract.
Yeah, I'll move in and are we like completely surrounded? Is there any way I can get my echo around flanking?
This spaced evenly so you can get your echo around, yeah.
I'm gonna get my echo around to flank the guy who spoke to me.
Great.
And I'm just gonna go at him, just start absolutely wailing everything I've got with him. To him.
Yep.
So first one is a 25 to hit.
Yeah. Yes, that will.
Why did you have to check that?
It's not very high, you see.
That is 9 points of damage for the first attack.
Yeah.
That's probably not going to hit then, because that's only a 16.
Miss.
Okay, that's my first 2 attacks. I'm going to go for my Echoes attack now.
Incarnation.
Yep. 18 plus 8, so 26.
Yep.
That's 6 points of damage. Bonus action attack.
Yep.
Sorry, but okay.
Echo Knights.
19.
19. Parry.
Parry.
Makes sense.
Fair enough. Action surge.
Do it again.
So what's that, another 2?
I'm gonna do Unleash Incarnation again.
So it's another 3.
Yeah.
You haven't used a bonus action yet, have you?
Yes.
Yes, my last one was my bonus action,
Good,
so I did
okay.
4 attacks. Now I'm
Go
getting
ahead, do
off
another 3. Do another 3 at level 5.
19 plus 8, so yeah.
Hits.
I'll keep rolling ones on the dice. That's another 6.
Yeah.
Another 19 plus 8, so that's 11 points of damage. And the last one has a 17 plus 8, so 25. Am I mathing that?
Yes.
Yeah.
How much damage was that last? Oh no, that wasn't a damage, that was an attack roll.
Yeah, that was an attack roll.
Give
Yeah.
me your last damage.
That's another 10 points of slashing damage.
42 in a round.
That's my health. Like on the nose.
You carve into this guy and he stumbles back and you see he recenters himself.
No, he doesn't.
Okay.
I told you, stand down.
He just didn't die, and I'm standing down.
Stand down as well.
I'd rather not. This is fun.
Alright then. And he stays locked in with you. Cool. Carrick?
How many of these guys are there?
6 of them.
6 of them.
One for each of us. Yay!
They don't seem unreceptive to a conversation, but they were just... Their leader was just charged.
I'll just brush away the tent flags either side. Excuse my friend.
Just built 42
Still
steps.
going like a rabid dog.
Oh yeah, just yeah.
How many attacks was that?
At 7.
Level 5.
That doesn't seem to have done much, so I think we do a conversation maybe.
Do you all decide to talk? Is anyone going to continue fighting before we start talking?
Alacre puts his staff away and just says, finally, you want to parlay?
This
You-
will put a sword away.
Are you going to keep attacking?
Does he put his sword away?
Are you going to keep attacking?
Does he put his sword
He's not going to give you a free hit. If
I
you
will-
stand down, he'll stand down.
Hold my action to unleash on him if he moves for me.
Understood. Wicker, sorry.
Potential friends.
Yeah, I'm stood back. I'm defensive, but I'm not attacking.
Okay. You see the knight steps backwards, kind of out of your melee range. And he kind of has an idea like
I'll just keep my echo at his back.
Okay, he kind of whatever. I advised a more direct approach than the actors, and he points in the direction of the dead body on the ground of the Lord.
Ah, the whole smoke and mirrors thing. Do most actors have magic?
Of a
No.
kind.
Yes, they do. I forgot about bards, I'm sorry.
The
The magic of the theatre.
Yeah.
Duke Blackwood wishes to acquire the orb you have.
Why?
To work in conjunction with another artifact.
What?
Another orb.
Another orb?
Yes.
Those two?
2 orbs, really?
Look, give us the orb, 5,000 gold. You walk away from here. There is no guarantee you leave unless we allow you, even if you try and fight this out. 5,000 gold is more than fair for your lives. Actually, let's be even fairer. 6,000. 1,000 apiece.
You're charging us for our lives.
And
It appears you and I are not too different.
I will give you 1,000 gold each for you to leave, leaving that behind. Simple.
This
Easy.
is my orb. I like to ponder it on the weekends. Ponder it with friends, and then only I leave.
The Duke will not allow you to leave with it. He needs it.
Okay.
What for, if I may interject?
It's my tech specialist. My Apple genius, if you will.
Hello.
Intelligent tech, he's called IT.
Yeah, 6'5", £300, massive hulking. Yeah.
Yeah, he works IT.
What was being verified tonight was that the artifact you had in your possession did what was suspected, which is to gather life energy. Power in its purest form. We need an incredibly large amount of it. And we need it tonight.
And where do you expect to take that from?
From your orb.
Sit down. What life energy are you sucking from?
How many people have you killed over the last year? 2?
Oh, one doesn't count.
Do you have any idea how much energy is gathered when a person dies?
Do you have any sort of idea how much energy it takes to power his hairdryer? It might not be in there. The electric bills are through the roof. I see a chuckle over there.
Inspiration.
Oh,
You made the cameraman laugh.
It's a cost of living crisis. Remember in the meeting when we said no real world reference?
You have said that rule. You have consistently broken it.
I knew he would.
Look, the cost of living crisis aside, and certainly his hairdryer running costs, the potential energy of a mortal life is an incredibly potent thing. You have gathered multiple. A single life would run your carnival for about 50 years. The fact that you seem to have decided to, work overtime, you could probably run your entire carnival for a millennia.
It's a long-term business plan.
Exactly.
Yes, it's a very long-term business plan. However, we wish to return a mortal life. The Lord invited you here, the Duke, because I don't know applying to any of your humanity is going to do anything here, but let's give it a go.
You could try with me.
He's the least and
Fine.
most human of us all.
Let me negotiate with you and we'll see what happens.
I used to be you.
Duchess Blackwood died last month.
Oh.
We have one shot at bringing her back. For it, we need a catalyst of life energy. We have a soul anchor that when activated and enough energy is poured into it, it will reconstitute a body for her of the true form of what she believes her soul to be.
How much energy does a Fey life cost?
This is mimicking a true resurrection spell, an enhanced one at that. We surmise it will take everything you've got, and I wouldn't be surprised if it shatters.
I'm not normally one for this. I'm normally more the jovial type. But I need to tell you something, if that's okay. If we don't do it through me, everyone will die. And I can promise you that. I was promised that 300 years ago.
What?
That's a very strange and specific promise.
Yeah.
What is happening? What do you mean if we don't do it through you?
I need somewhere to go. I need somewhere new to be. This old thing isn't gonna survive much longer, and if I don't...
This wasn't on the
I was
table.
gonna say, what's the time now in world?
You've got about an hour.
Mm-hmm. If I don't find somewhere to expel this fey soul of mine, Mama's gonna come back.
This is news to all of you. But suddenly Wicca looks scared.
And this might be my only shot of living and not killing my friends.
That's a wild thing to say one night before the deadline.
Where was this on your CV?
I didn't want to tell people. I thought it would stop me from getting a job.
So, wait.
They don't like that at the job center.
First of all, what? Second of all, if tonight was just a normal carnival night, would we have all just exploded and called it a day?
I was planning on leaving, so you didn't get caught in the glass. But anyway,
You still can.
The point is, it wasn't just the woman my mom and pa met. She wasn't mortal. She was, as you call, a hack. And she promised 300 years of my life, and when they were over, she'd control it. And I don't want to, if I'm a living fey being, I don't want to know what sort of power she can harness through me. And I'll let you know, I'm terrified. I need something to, I need this.
I think this is all pretty simple. We put him down and burn him.
Really?
I'm not made of normal wood. It won't stop me.
As this conversation's happening, you see one of the ones on the end pulls out a little symbol and begins to cast something. As you guys, mechanically speaking, it's a divine sense. You see, they look down, and it's like they try to focus on you and kind of get a sense of how bad. Mm-hmm. And they're kind of looking, and they just kind of check in the group, and then you see they look at you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
As they notice something about you.
Are we pointing at this?
You shouldn't, at this, you shouldn't have been able to get onto the grounds. What the hell is an undead doing here?
Yo.
Excuse
Your
me? Beneath underlying health conditions / curses, you wrote maybe with a winky face.
Wasn't exactly a laugh, was it?
I wrote all. Was that all right?
You also put a winky face.
I want to make friends.
Well, tonight's a night of surprises.
What?
I think I've got 59 minutes.
How long has this been happening to you?
You know when we came to the carnival before we decided to join? And in the middle bit, I left for like an hour or two.
Vaguely.
Well, I played one of Carrick's games.
Excuse me?
I may have changed into Mama.
Oh, for the love of... My insurance premiums are going to be through the roof. Do you understand this now?
Do you understand why I've been telling you for the last goodness knows how many years that this is a stupid idea?
It's fun!
Does your insurance cover hag fraud?
No!
So let me get this straight. You've already put my sister in danger,
Have I?
and you're about to.
I could leave. I could leave you alone.
Technically, Carrick killed your sister.
Kind of seems like that was on her a little bit.
In fairness, a little bit.
This is why I didn't want to tell you.
I
You
don't-
always overreact.
What you need to understand is I don't invite people. They come of their own fruition. Like these... Sorry. These nobles today. They walked in, they said, I would like to play your game. Knowing what would happen.
And then it happened.
And then it happened.
But at no point did you try to dissuade them. And that is my point, and has been my point for the last 2 years.
All I say is put your hand on the orb and roll a dice. If someone's thick enough to do it, that's on them.
And
We all know about those dice, Carrick.
But also we have a bit of an opportunity here as a result of the orb.
Please explain.
The whole body thing.
Who's it going to be?
What can we do to fix you? Exactly.
Get me some new body. Get this soul out of here. I want to live, really. I don't mind living just a normal, mortal life. I can't be in here beyond midnight.
Could we do like a body hopscotch kind of thing?
What?
Like, say for example, if I was to, have my old body back and you could have this one.
It's not a fey body, is it?
It isn't.
No, it's metal, I made it.
That's a good point.
Where's your old body?
Do I know if that would work?
Kind of dusty.
Dusty?
The only individual with healing magic is dead on the ground because you killed him.
Not true.
I can
Not
cast your
true.
wounds.
Okay, I'm talking slightly higher level
Oh,
stuff.
never mind.
Maybe true.
Yes, healing spirit. No.
But it does occur to you all as you're having this discussion, there is a free body on the table here. The Duke has plans for it, although you haven't seen him yet. He's still in the castle somewhere. But this is the negotiation that's currently happening. As the knight kind of leans back to you and says, "I'm not trying to be cruel here, but you are not that important."
But is the safety of the Duke less important than this? Because if he's near and this happens, he will die.
And if you die before midnight, if you are dead and gone by midnight,
The body will come back.
I don't think you understand how hard it is to kill him and just pull his arm off.
It's useless.
Hello.
You put it back, please. Thank you.
the Duke has been falling to madness without the Duchess to alleviate that.
So you would rather him die than be mad?
Honestly, yes.
You will all die as well.
Then leave him as he is and give me a body.
What?
What?
This is not. No. You need to give us the orb. We need to fix our problems, and you need to start running and get as far away in the next hour as possible. If you care about saving lives, that is what you will do.
Where is the anchor?
Where's the what?
The anchor.
You haven't seen it. You asked
No,
me.
I'm asking him.
Why would I tell you that?
I still think I own the orb.
And without our say-so, you do not leave this courtyard alive.
For clarification, you would be using the energy that is already trapped within the orb. You would require no more.
Yes.
Give it him.
No.
It's been
That's not even me saying it.
It's been a thorn in our side for ages. Just get shut of it. We don't need it.
I will go with the orb.
I need you to fix her. You did this.
Why? Why did you all get jobs with me?
I followed you out of the forest to make sure that you didn't get up to shenanigans like this.
Of course you did. That's fine.
I wanted exactly this to happen tonight.
He's fine. We've got vendetta over here. And then this. The time bomb stuffed in straw.
It's quite cozy when you get used to it. Anyway, I am going to die, yeah.
As you've explained to us, what exactly happens?
Mama will control me. Mama will channel energy through me. If imagine me as the epicenter, a fey being that just emanates.
But a hag, yes. Who can be negotiated with.
You'd negotiate with a hag?
Your personal interest is what's at work here. You want to save yourself.
I
But
want to save everybody.
You have no idea what she'll do. Mortals have been dealing with Fae for, well, forever.
And they've always had the last laugh.
They might have done, but this claim that it is a total wipeout for everyone in the surrounding area is an overreach.
How would you know?
Because what does that benefit your... What did you call her?
Mama.
What does that benefit your mama?
It might not be a total destruction. It could just be an expansion of her realm.
Thing is, you don't know.
And that scares me.
I know what will happen if the Duke does not get what he wants, which is every single person who lives within a 70-mile radius of here will be miserable, will be neglected.
Question about that. Everyone seems very happy.
Because the Duchess is the beating heart of this region. We need her.
So she was keeping everyone well fed in winter time.
She cares.
And he doesn't?
Not anymore.
And you keep him why?
What would you like me to do?
It was easy to say for me to die.
Touch the orb. Yes.
A private game with the Duke. Orb him.
Give me a
Ta-da.
persuasion check.
Okay.
And if he wins, I'll die.
Guidance. Because I like this idea.
And I'll say you can take
Guidance,
advantage.
I like this idea. Can I use double guidance? No, I don't think so.
No.
No, you can't. But nice try.
I have a point of inspiration.
We do. And we also need the guidance. We need the guidance.
We need the come on, good guidance.
How many d20 did you roll?
I rolled 1 the first time. I've used inspiration. I've rolled another.
Technically, I did say you can take advantage because it's all of you, so you can roll one more.
Oh, sick. Right.
This is the inspiration one.
So this is information. Oh.
Ah!
In the box.
That's an 8. I don't even need it.
Roll it anyway.
Take it just
Roll
in
it
case.
anyway.
So, what was the check, sorry?
Persuasion.
Persuasion.
We are kind of trying to convince them to.
That's a dirty 20.
See, 20 is a big difference to 19.
You see the knight kind of considers this and says, we're going in circles. It's the fair way of deciding, but not with your dice.
How about my cards?
No.
My dragon chest suit.
I have another set of dice.
No.
I locked those ones away.
Well, those ones are only weighted, the other ones are magic.
I always get the wrong ones.
We have several sets of dice to allow you to examine them. We will play a fair game. One of you versus the Duke. We will not play it as a death game.
Oh.
Instead, whoever wins takes both orbs. And if the Duke loses, before he even has time to react, he will not be a problem anymore. As you see, and he looks torn about this. He's not happy about this, but he's aware that there is a looming threat if we keep arguing. You guys have your own issues, and he's like, you can deal with that if you win, but let's try it this way. Do I have your word that if you lose, you will walk away?
This does already sound like a death game, by the way, with the whole Duke thing, but, you know.
It's just he doesn't go into the orb, isn't it?
I told you I'd rather...
Hang on, I've got 2 spare bodies right there.
I can't just jump into it. No,
Do we have an agreement?
Sure! Your brevity gives me a tingle.
Are you good?
That will
Can I
not
have
be,
another point of inspiration?
Yep.
that will not be the last time he says that sentence.
just use it on his dice roll, isn't it?
I just need to keep saying tingle.
This hasn't been explicitly stated on camera, but we did say every time someone makes a wonderful cameraman laugh, they can take a point of inspiration. So, he will kind of, again, he looks conflicted, but he'll start leading you into the castle. And like a little bit of time will go by as the Duke is invited down, and you see a guy who is dressed in like just a simple kind of like cotton shirt, a pair of pants. He doesn't look like he's really been taken care of. He looks maddened, like he's been so focused on this that it's all that matters to him. As he's kind of like nodding along, and you hear the guards whispering something to him. You're not sure exactly what they're explaining, but he'll come and take a seat at the table. And some dice are put in front of him as he's going to play the game with you. Who's going to sit opposite him?
I think it's only fair that I sit there.
You see the guard, the one you've been speaking to, true to his word, he stands behind the Duke, and you see he unsheathes a sword and he sets it point down. He just holds the hilt. And you genuinely think if the Duke loses, he will wash his hands of all of this, because it won't matter.
This guy's cool.
And he's hoping that you will solve that problem.
Yeah. Good evening, sir.
The Duke looks at you, and he kind of like just runs the dice through his hand and says, "You wouldn't take money. Why?"
It's not about the money.
The castle, my land, everything.
You're offering me that?
No.
All of it.
Your guy just gave me 6,000 gold. Or at least tried. He didn't put that on the table.
Well, now I am. Walk away.
No, it's just... I like a game.
Okay. You first.
Odds. I missed, but that's a 3.
I missed. Even. That was a 5. It's best of 3 of this, right?
Yeah.
It's best of 3. I prefer a man to have his life in his hands. Since this may be your last roll, I suggest you take it.
Even. You have to pass 1. Right? You have to pass 1, right?
I have to pass 1.
How are you playing this?
Oh, it's just best of 3 guess odds or evens.
Out of the 3 of them?
Yes.
Oh, got you.
He's gotten 3 wrong. Oh no.
2 1.
He got 2 wrong, I've passed 1.
So does that count as 3?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I think that's how we did it.
That's how we were in the first time, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll go with it. He got 2 in a row wrong. He's. You see, he kind of looks at it, and he looks down at the dice, and he looks really confused. And he holds them up and he goes, well, no, because this isn't right. And as he's doing that, you see the guy behind him sighs and just takes his head off.
Yo. Okay.
This one didn't feel too good.
Me and my men are leaving. We will seal the castle behind us.
Where's the orb?
The basement.
I'm going.
Yeah,
immediately.
go down there.
You happy, Carrick?
Most of the time, yes.
This is not us giving you the castle. Do whatever you've got to do and then get out.
Who does the castle go to then? Does he have an heir?
I was an actual follower.
Huh?
I was an actual follower.
Let's just say we'll hold an election. And then he's going to start walking out.
Had a duke.
Not anymore.
Ooh. Oh, we just accidentally created democracy.
You guys got to the fight real quick. I had some plot I was going to give you about why this... Anyway. Essentially, they would rather have no duke than one who doesn't get what he wants. And they're like, no. This got too complicated too fast for them. Let's simplify it. So you see, they leave, and they're just going to close the doors behind you. It is 40 minutes to midnight.
I'd go in.
You're heading down.
Can I ask before they leave?
I'm staying.
Actually, can I ask before they leave if there's any sort of like, how do we make it work? Is there like something to do to make it work, or do you just put the two orbs together?
Pour some of your own magic into the orb.
Mm-hmm.
Bind it to yourself. And then bring them within physical proximity of each other.
Okay.
It will start to pull the energy very, very quickly. And should take care of itself. And with that, they leave.
Okay.
You guys go downstairs, heading down, and what you find, there is a basement room. On one side of the room is a large pit filled with burning coals and fire. On the other side is another large pit. Each of these probably 10 by 10 feet. This one's filled with water. In the middle is a ritual circle, and behind that is just an empty drop. There's like a hole about 10 by 10 feet that just drops straight down. You can't see how far it goes. And in the center of the circle is a pedestal atop which sits an orb a little larger than the one you have, and in it there's just a singular little spark.
I'm going to grab that as quickly as I can.
Okay, is anyone else racing for the orb?
I'm staying by.
If it's just to send my magic into it, if that's what they want me to do, I'm just going to try and cast a spell in the place of the orb. I'm going to put a healing spirit where the orb is, and let it soak up all that energy. It's basically like a totem. So just sort of try and soak up all the magic of me with that healing spirit.
Great. You cast the healing spirit. The spark that's currently in there doesn't seem to change. And it seems like you probably maybe need to be in physical contact with it.
Oh, right, okay.
But he didn't explicitly state that. So you try it as you rush forward and you grab it.
Grab it.
As now, are we all down in this room?
Yes, please. Pass it here.
I don't suppose there's any way we can talk about this, is there?
I suggest you be on your way, Wicker.
By the time I leave, we'll still all die. We don't have enough time.
I could make you run away faster if you wanted.
Are you offering long stride or expeditious retreat?
But I can both, potentially. I have them both.
This is going to sound like a really weird question. I have to be in contact with the orb, don't I?
You have to touch it.
Can I take a bit of me off and stick it to it?
He's currently holding it.
No, I know, but can I? Is that part? Like, if it's not me, but it's still part of me, is that me in contact with it?
It would depend
what it is.
What it is.
Okay, that's fine.
Say, for example, if it was your token, possibly.
Yeah, I don't have that anymore because I need a long rest. So.
Yeah. So, Gora says the orb.
Please,
Wicker wants it.
All I wanted to do was make friends here, and I can finally live a normal life. Please.
This, Alcray, you've been both very quiet here. You are being fought for, and you are like, cool, I'm gonna let him do it. You little gremlin. What are you doing?
I will look at this and just completely ignore Wicker. I'll look at this and just...
I think for the first time you realise in the last couple of years, she hasn't aged.
Why didn't you talk to me?
I didn't want you to. You know, like, it's always just been the two of us, and...
I could have fixed this sooner. It didn't have to come to this.
It doesn't have to. After today, you can still fix her. Please.
If the orb breaks, will this still be alive? Or...
You are an interesting fringe case. As a hollow one, resurrection on you is difficult. You are caught in a very weird position between life and death. This would guarantee you being brought back. Any other attempt at resurrection is a gamble.
Okay. And if the orb broke, would she be gone for good?
If which orb, sorry?
The one that took her life.
That is an interesting question. Give me an Arcana check. Because what remains of you is in the orb, technically.
That is a 18.
On an 18 Arcana, I think it occurs to you that if the orb is used on someone other than you, if that life energy generates another body, say for Wicca, you don't know if you'll survive it. There is a world in which it kills you. As whatever animating spark you have left, especially if you're in the room with it, if all of that life energy starts pouring into the secondary orb, into the soul anchor, it may pull whatever's left of you with it.
Goris, if you save her, she'll die anyway.
Ouch.
I can't stop that. I'm sorry, I wish I could, but I can't.
Just putting this out there. How... We've got 2 of these as we stand. Could we not find more?
Her soul's in there.
But we don't have the time to find another one.
No, I just mean in the future. I mean, this whole thing is a bit tangled, but...
But as the knight made the point, we don't know what will happen to Wicca. Could happen now, could happen 15 years from now. We don't know what she wants to do with him. And why would she randomly detonate him to take out a carnival? However...
Do I know anything about her? I reckon I would have looked, in the 300 years I've been here, I would have tried to look up something.
You would have. Give me a history check.
Oh, yay. 17.
What you know of the hag who created you is that I think you found a pattern of behaviour of answering the requests of desperate people, and in doing so, sowing her own agents through the world.
Yeah.
Which is what you will become.
Yes.
I think you found varying reports on what exactly would happen as the castle starts creaking. I think there is a theory in which she will overtake you and it will almost force a warlock pact on you immediately. One where you don't really have any real choice. There is another school of thinking in which you fully get overtaken and there's nothing of you left. But you don't know for certain. The worst case scenario is you're right and it is a full destruction.
Either I blow up or I lose my identity and I have to kill people and I have to become an agent of her, and I don't want to hurt people. Please. She might hunt you down. She'll know what I think.
Like I said before, it's simple. We put you down, we burn you.
I don't think we're out of I think we're out of not hurting people options.
So we lose one of them. That's it. That's what we're left with.
It's what happens when you play these games.
Odds or evens to decide?
No.
Oh.
I think we have to.
If
Either he takes all of you out with him, or I take all of you out with me.
What were you saying, Biss?
if it's just me who dies, wouldn't that be the better option?
I'm not letting you go.
I
know,
don't mean
but-
to sound crass, but she has already sort of played the game.
If Wicca does go, as he says, then you would leave. And I think it's time someone put you first.
No, I'm not letting you go. We've got too much to do. We've got too many places to go. We've got too many things to see. I'm not letting it happen.
Carrick, one of the orbs is yours. What do you think?
I think that this particular situation is not exactly my call. Personally, there's only ever one person to survive my game. And it appears she's been working in the carnival for the past 4 years. Not many people expect to leave, so she's, for lack of a better term, past her time.
I can't let her go.
There is still a chance that she remains. Not a big one, but
I don't feel like risking that.
Is there no way we can contain Wicca? Stop it from happening. Delay it from happening.
I don't know.
There is a slight possibility in the back of your mind. One for 6, you could reach out and you could attempt to forge a deal on your own terms. There is also, it is worth noting, for both Soren and for Alacre, yes, the discussion is currently between Wicca and Biss, but everything you both want is also currently in front of you. And so, no matter what, there is multiple sacrifices happening here.
What happened to me was not fair. Cursed life I have, but a life I have nonetheless. I could use this to aid my own gain. However, I withdraw it.
Thank you. Wicca, your turn.
I'm going to enter a trance.
Okay.
In my trance, I'm just going to into this void with my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to call for her.
For Mama, I would like you to make me a check of your choosing. And that's all I'll say.
So a check or like an ability?
An ability check of your choosing.
I'm going to make a wisdom.
A wisdom check.
That's a 24.
On a 24, you enter into this trance. You smell mold and rot. You smell stagnant water. You feel a cold breeze. And you feel a large clawed hand rest on your shoulder from behind. Do you try and look over at her?
No.
You feel something loom over your opposite shoulder, coming this close to your face. And you hear, "You're early. You have 30 minutes.
I've made friends in this world. I would rather not see them destroyed. Is this something you can facilitate?
Would you like more time, child?
I don't care if I die. Don't kill them.
Well, that's their choice. What are you asking me to give up here?
I understand I'm an agent for your design. When I was first made, eventually I would become fully yours. I understand that. I don't mind if at the end of this I become yours. I get to roam the world and do your will, but we won't hurt innocents, and we won't. We be kind, and we make friends. I've always tried to make friends, and I know it's not always to your will, but please.
You feel her chin come to rest on your shoulder. An impossible weight that if this was real, your body could not just endure the weight of her leaning on you. And you hear, that's a large request, to be kind, to make friends. But something I can grant, Wicca. If all of your friends swear to it too, I will allow you all to travel freely without my direct input. And all you have to do is make friends for me. Every year, another warlock to my cause. Every year. And if you miss a deadline, then you are mine. As already agreed. But I will allow you to delay as long as you keep making friends, aided by the ones you already have. Each of them must swear to me tonight, now.
Our carnival can run for millennia on the amount of energy we create from souls. Are these souls of any use to you?
Well, as I seem to understand it, your ability to take in said souls is about to disappear. So don't offer me what you cannot keep.
A millennia of people, though. That must be powerful.
What are you bargaining for?
I can't lead people to a path of damnation. What I can do
What do you think of me, Wicca? I'm asking you to make me friends.
Same way I'm yours.
No. I would not make them. I would not stitch them together. You're mine entirely. These would be contracts, fair and simple. But each must sign to me. And it doesn't always need to be everything.
How many?
How many what?
How many people, souls, whatever you'd call them? How many a year?
One a year. For as long as you wish to remain free. But it starts with your friends, and they all must sign tonight. And it is a simple contract. They don't need to give me their life, they don't need to give me their souls, but they need to make an agreement that if any of them is to leave the carnival, they accept, and you as well, that an additional contract per year is needed for every single one of them that walks away. Every one of them that leaves, the risk intensifies. And they will know if they choose to walk away free and clear, that when eventually you implode, they contributed.
So that's why it is an implosion.
In your own words.
What is it in yours?
Excitement.
Did you say in this room, like when you described the room we were in, there was like a hot pit, wasn't there?
In the actual physical room, yes.
Do we know how far down that is?
No, no idea.
Okay. I will discuss it with the group.
Please do.
I'll leave my trance.
You leave. As you do, each of you sees, falling from nowhere, an autumn leaf drifting. And as it gets to about eye level, there is a flash of energy as 5 warlock contracts appear, one in front of each of you, as you leave.
Oh,
What's this?
I have something to ask of you. Mama will stop us all from dying as long as we can aid her. I can keep her alive.
Okay, and what will we have to do?
We'll make friends, we'll be nice. Once a year we invite someone to be her warlock.
And it starts with us. With this. I had my body bound by someone else's magic, and now you would bind my magic to this.
You don't have to accept.
And if I don't, if I walk away,
It's 2 souls a year.
Are you saying you will not accept?
you ask this of me as a friend.
If you don't, it's a perfectly good situation I can fix this with.
what is Mama?
She's the one who made me. She's the one who, if I stay here any longer, is going to implode the place.
She's the hack, yes.
Yes.
I'll do it.
You
Bind
sign it?
yourself.
I'll do it. I'll do anything. I'll sign it.
It's not easy to ask. My soul's bound anyway. It doesn't matter for me.
As you read the contract, the terms are simple. It is not a soul contract. It is simple. You agree to stay with the carnival, helping Wicca make friends, warlocks for his mama. There are no consequences to you leaving. You can walk away at any point. It is only your own morality and conscience that will keep you here. You will each gain a level in warlock in doing this. You will gain those abilities. However, if you leave, you lose it. That's the only loss on your end. But for every one of you that walks away, it is an additional person per year that he must bind. So it is a cumulative thing. And even when he fails, you will all know that your intervention could have made it better. That's it. That's the full deal.
If I stay, I make a person bind themselves to her. If I leave, it is 2. What kind of choice is this?
20
Quite a
minutes to
simple
midnight.
It's not one I want to make. It's not one I wish anyone to make. But this is the only way I can think of keeping this alive.
You wanted to make sure no one died. This is it. I mean, his game's already killed people. What's making them subservient, some hag? One would say it's probably a better fate. These people are getting power, opportunity.
Statistically speaking, you're killing about 10 to 12 less people a year.
Then I add my own deal to this contract. We are fair. We warn the person what they are getting into before they sign it. We sign it as a friend, not as tricksters, not as con men.
If that's not a stipulation in the contract, is it?
You can do it however you wish.
Look,
That is my stipulation, or I walk away.
As long as we can keep the quota up, yes, that's fine. I can do that.
if we start to miss that quota, though, we can give people the contract, and if they don't read it...
Then I walk away.
If all else fails,
Look,
In a pinch, you can hand any cursed item to basically any baby.
yep.
fine.
Under Eldritch Blast, it says maybe with a winky face.
Alec will reach into his pocket and pull out kind of a jar of ink. He dips his long fingernail into it and just scratches Alacray on the bottom of the contract.
Signed.
Can I use my Earring of Message to cast message to Wicca?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My friend, I don't think we should do this. Would you like my help in retrieving the orb from my brother?
Can you message back with message?
Yep.
You're my friend. I don't want you to die.
And I don't want people to be put in a situation that we shouldn't do just to save my life.
You wanted to put Gorath first. Think of the Duke. He was lost without his wife. How will he be without you?
He was up without me for a long time. I'm sure he can manage a few more years.
This is the only thing that's fair. You will die either way, and I can't have that.
There's a number of things I would like to say.
Please.
First of all, I don't think a warlock a year to someone who is going to implode you is putting more good out into the world than it is bad.
Nor do I, but we were killing pretty indiscriminately before this. It'll be better than that.
Not indiscriminately. I have a vetting process.
And what's more, those warlocks that we'd be essentially creating would be going about and doing who knows what, again at the behest of someone who is currently threatening all sorts of mayhem.
I would rather take that risk, personally.
If you can implode me, I am being created specifically by her.
I also put it to you that I've kind of sealed our fate. And he indicates to the contract. By me signing this, I have agreed to Wicca's terms. For every one of you that walks away, we must find another life.
I'm already signed too.
So you've both already signed.
The more of you that walk away, the closer we are to dying.
I made half the situation anyway.
You signed the contract. So it's just you two that are holding out.
Sorry.
What are you waiting for? I've done this all for you.
This brings me to the next thing I was going to say. Bis, you've been as you are for some years now. Do you still eat? Do you still sleep? Do you still feel?
I do.
I don't. I lost that. I want it back.
And we can find a way, but if that orb breaks, she's gone.
This is our alternate solution. We have to do this till we can find a way to bring both of us back. We can do it. This can.
Though I like it or not, this gives us the solution. We can save Bis, we can save Wicca, and it gives us time, Soren, to sort ourselves out.
I have a third option.
Oh?
These two orbs are extraordinarily filled with energy. Could we not just use it against Mama? Implode her?
And that would kill Biss. And without her magic, who knows what would happen to Wicca?
It kills both.
You killed 2 for the sake of getting rid of the hag.
We're trading lives no matter what we do here.
As long as it's not the life of my sister, that's fine.
Still have dice.
Look at my dice.
We've been debating for a while. We're going around in circles at this point, and I'd say we've got about 10-15 minutes. 10 minutes until Buster busts open.
Well, actually, it's 10 minutes until they have to get... How many is it now? 3 souls a year, about, as warlocks to Mama. But seeing as a bunch of you have already signed, we're already past the implosion stage, are we not?
Without you and
I guess.
it is
Which gives us a year.
What is happening in this corner?
Alacray is speaking to Biss, trying to persuade her that if she does not sign, it will be 3 lives instead of 2 or 1.
Well, if we do nothing now, we have a year to do whatever we may.
If we don't
Against.
sign, we're, in your words, sending another person, another 2 people.
But it is a good point. You can all sign this now. You don't have to use the orbs here.
And we have a year.
Wait,
Seeing as 4 of you are already in, we have a year to either convert that many people or to find another way.
We have been given time.
why don't...
You've already signed up for that time.
Soren, you're a genius.
I
We
know.
have a year. We have a year before we have to do this. Why don't we take the fight to Mama?
Keep the orb.
We're going to use the orb to save Biss first.
They said the orb would be destroyed.
Yes, once we save Biss, we don't need it anymore. We can find another way to keep Wicca safe.
That's how we're going.
There we go.
I thought we were just palming this off until later.
So we've signed enough contracts. We've signed enough contracts to keep Mama happy. She thinks that's what's happening. We save Biss now. We have a year to sort something out for Wicca and to track Mama down.
Do I know how much she hears?
As you're having this discussion, from the ends of each of the contracts, because they're on little scrolls, from each and every one, little iron cap that was on the scroll, ding, 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 ding. As little iron tokens start falling, she's absolutely hearing this.
Yeah.
But nothing happens.
I forgot they could do that.
We need to just...
You're
I'm not
offering a
happy
haggard
with
game.
it. I'm not happy with any of these. This is the safest option. We need to.
I'm already signed.
I think it's just Soren who didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, you haven't either.
Has Biss signed?
Biss, what are you waiting for?
Since you're all so content on keeping me alive, I guess I'll sign.
You sign the contract? Soren. At this point, it comes down to a simple choice. The only way now so many of you have signed to negate all of these contracts, it would be to use the orbs directly on Wicca. If we're not doing that, it's just whether you want to bind yourself to this as well and bring down that yearly quota.
You're under no obligation. You can walk away now.
The problem with that is we're still left with the conversation about what we do with the orbs.
I don't think there is a conversation.
Soren, you and I are alive in these forms. She is not. If that orb is destroyed to give you your body back, she dies.
And then the rest of you do.
She's already died and still gets to sleep at night.
Please.
I have to sit through all of it.
You both made mistakes and are stuck the way you are because of mistakes you have made. This was forced on me, and I have still withdrawn my claim.
Look, we'll find a way. I promise you.
If you use it on yourself,
She's gone. If you use it.
Goras will get you.
Yep.
You could try.
Oh, I try very hard.
Oh.
42 points of damage in one round in the last fight.
Yeah, but he spent his action surge, didn't he?
What happens? He's gonna roll for it.
That didn't really help my decision.
Did you roll down the middle?
We find another battery.
Fine.
We can do that. While we work, we can search.
We
We travel anyway.
We don't have to use the battery now anyway. It's just if it's used now, not on her, she dies. I am happy for this battery to stay with us until we can find one for you.
I'll even let you go first, Soren.
Soren signs his paper.
As you all sign, the last of you, Wicca, a final contract appears in front of you.
I would like to inspect it thoroughly.
Give me either Arcana or Investigation.
Can I assist in looking over and guide?
With advantage.
I'll have my guidance.
Yeah, you are guided.
Thank you. 23. Uh-oh.
You find no tricks in this, because the offer itself is cruel. You have to make a friend a year and have them sign themselves away, and then once they leave from you, she then has the rest of their lives to whisper to them. At a base level, she doesn't need to twist this one. And so it is as expected. As you have 1 minute on the clock to sign away this agreement to condemn a person every year. Tick-tock.
He is shaking at this point. He just looks at everyone around him.
This is what you wanted, more friends.
And if we stick to this, we might just get everything we want eventually.
And remember, those we will sign up will do so willingly.
I did this for you, and I'll sign it.
Thank you.
You all feel a surge of magic as the warlock contracts snap into place. Mechanically, you all level up at this point into warlock as you all gain that power. Now, my understanding is you will not be using the arcane battery and the soul anchor tonight. You're keeping it, but you're going in search of another for Soren and another for Alacre.
Yeah.
Ironic that we've, through our charlatan ways, built such trust.
Not gonna lie, I was genuinely expecting you to fight
I was
over it.
really expecting
I was so ready for it, I'll be real.
I think I could have taken you.
The
So-
true battery was
I
the
think-
friends
I
we
think
made
you
along the
could-
way.
As we leave off here, you enter into a quest. this is the start of what could be a sprawling campaign to find more batteries, to deal with Mama. You have a year to recruit the first warlock. And Biss, your life is on the horizon. Your brother refusing to let you go. So, we will close out our one shot here, as the Dark Carnival has created democracy. All become warlocks.
Yep.
And now must delve into some ruins and try and find out where on earth you found the soul battery, the arcane battery in the first place.
Who remembers?
To anyone who's watched this far, for this slightly longer than we intended one shot, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you to our cast who have joined for this one, to give you a little bit of insight into what our tabletop group is about. And yes, thank you very much for joining us, and we hope to hear from you if you would like to try some tabletop yourselves.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching.
Woo.